Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel, Gajpal A Learnings. In this video we are going to study about Introduction to Tissue Level of Organization, which is a part of B Pharmacy first semester, Human Anatomy and Physiology Part 1. In this video content to be covered as Introduction to Tissue and Classification of Tissue. So let's get started. First of all, let us we know about tissue. So, in human anatomy and physiology, tissues play a crucial role in understanding the structure and function of the human body. They provide the foundation for studying the various organs and systems that work together to maintain homeostasis and carry out vital functions. Tissues refer to groups of specialized cells that work together to perform a specific function. There are four primary types of tissues in the human body: epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscle tissue, and nervous tissue. Now, classification of tissue. Tissue is mainly divided into four parts, that is, epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscle tissue, nerve tissue. Now, first is epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue covers the surfaces of organs, lines body cavities, and forms glands. It serves as a protective barrier against pathogens, regulates the exchange of substances between different body compartments, absorbs nutrients, and secretes various substances. Now this is the diagram for epithelial tissue. Let us study about epithelial tissue in detail. First of all, structure of epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue consists of tightly packed cells arranged in one or more layers. The cells are closely joined together with little extracellular material between them. Location of epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue is found throughout the body, covering the external surfaces, example, skin, and lining the internal surfaces of organs, cavities, and tubes, example, respiratory tract, digestive tract, blood vessels. Functions. Epithelial tissue functions include protection against pathogens and physical injury, secretion of substances, example, hormones, mucus, absorption of nutrients, and selective transport of substances across barriers. Epithelial tissue is again divided into various parts based on their thickness and shape. According to thickness, simple epithelial tissue means one layer cells, and stratified epithelial tissue, which means more than one layer cells. Then according to shape, squamous, cuboidal, and columnar. Here are the types of epithelial tissue. First, simple squamous. Second, stratified squamous. Third, simple cuboidal. Fourth, stratified cuboidal. Fifth, simple columnar. Sixth, stratified columnar. Seventh, pseudostratified columnar. Now we are going to study about the structure, location, and functions of all the types of epithelial tissue. First is simple squamous epithelium. Structure. It consists of a single layer of thin, flat cells with a centrally located nucleus. Location. Found in air sacs of the lungs, alveoli, lining of blood vessels, endothelium, and serous membranes, mesothelium. Functions. Allows for the diffusion of gases in the lungs, facilitates the exchange of nutrients and waste products in blood vessels, and reduces friction between organs in serous membranes. Second, stratified squamous epithelium. Structure. Composed of multiple layers of flattened cells with the outermost layer being squamous flat. Location. Found in the outer layer of the skin, epidermis, lining of the oral cavity, throat, esophagus, vagina, and anal canal. Functions. Provides protection against abrasion, physical damage, and pathogens in the skin and linings of body cavities. Third is simple cuboidal epithelium. Structure. It is composed of a single layer of cube-shaped cells with a centrally located nucleus. Location. Found in kidney tubules, small glands, and the surface of the ovaries. Functions. Involved in absorption and secretion in the kidney tubules, secretion in glands, and protection and secretion in the ovaries. Fourth is stratified cuboidal epithelium. Structure. It has two or more layers of cube-shaped cells with a centrally located nucleus. Location. In glands, ducts of sweat glands, salivary glands, and mammary glands. In reproductive system, epididymis and larger ducts of the testes. Functions. Assists in the secretion of substances in glandular ducts, such as sweat in sweat glands. Acts as a barrier against mechanical stress, abrasion, and pathogens, providing protection to underlying tissues and organs. Fifth is simple columnar epithelium. Structure. It consists of a single layer of tall, elongated cells with nuclei located near the base of the cells. Often has microvilli or cilia on the surface. Location: found in the lining of the digestive tract, that is, stomach, small intestine, and large intestine, gallbladder, and uterine tubes. Functions: functions include absorption of nutrients in the digestive tract, secretion of mucus and enzymes, and movement of mucus and eggs in the uterine tubes. Sixth is stratified columnar epithelium. Structure: multilayered, superficial, elongated, and columnar. Location: rare in the body, small amount in female urethra. Functions: protection: the multiple layers of cells provide protection against mechanical stresses, abrasion, and potential pathogens in areas that undergo wear and tear. Secretion and absorption: stratified columnar epithelium can participate in limited secretion and absorption functions in specific locations such as the male urethra and the conjunctiva. And the last type of epithelial tissue is pseudostratified columnar epithelium. Structure: appears stratified, but is actually a single layer of cells of varying heights with nuclei at different levels. Often has cilia and goblet cells. Location: found in the lining of the respiratory tract, that is trachea and bronchi, and portions of the male reproductive system, epididymis. Functions: involved in the secretion of mucus, movement of mucus by ciliary action, and protection of the respiratory surfaces. Now the second type of tissue is connective tissue. Connective tissue provides support and structure to the body. It consists of cells embedded in an extracellular matrix, which may include fibers and ground substance. Connective tissue includes a diverse range of tissues such as bone, cartilage, adipose tissue, blood, and fibrous connective tissue. Connective tissue connects and anchors structures, transports nutrients and waste products, participates in immune responses, and plays a role in energy storage. Here, this is what a connective tissue looks like. Structure, location, and function of connective tissue are: structure: connective tissue consists of cells scattered within an extracellular matrix composed of fibers, example collagen, elastin, and ground substance, amorphous gel-like material. Location: connective tissue is found throughout the body, including beneath the skin, surrounding organs, in tendons and ligaments, in bone, cartilage, and blood. Functions: connective tissue functions include providing structural support, connecting and anchoring tissues and organs, protecting delicate structures, transporting nutrients and waste products, and participating in immune responses. Types of connective tissue are: first, loose connective tissue; second, dense connective tissue; third, cartilage connective tissue; fourth, bone tissue; fifth, blood tissue; sixth, lymphoid tissue; and seventh, hematopoietic tissue. First is loose connective tissue. It is again classified into two types. First, areolar tissue, found throughout the body. It forms a loose network of collagen and elastic fibers. It supports and cushions organs and allows for the diffusion of nutrients and waste products. Second, adipose tissue, composed of adipocytes, fat cells. It stores energy as fat, cushions organs, and provides insulation. Second is dense connective tissue. Types of dense connective tissue. First, dense regular connective tissue, composed of densely packed collagen fibers. It provides strength and flexibility in tendons, muscle to bone, and ligaments, bone to bone. Second, dense irregular connective tissue, consists of irregularly arranged collagen fibers, providing strength and support in the dermis of the skin and organ capsules. Third is cartilage, and the types are hyaline cartilage. The most abundant type, it provides support and reduces friction in joints, forms the framework for the respiratory tract, and supports the developing embryo. Fibrocartilage, composed of dense collagen fibers. It is found in intervertebral discs, pubic symphyses, and certain tendon insertions, providing support and shock absorption. Elastic cartilage, contains elastic fibers and is found in the external ear and the epiglottis, providing shape, flexibility, and support. Fourth is bone tissue, and its parts are compact bone, dense and hard. It forms the outer shell of bones, providing strength and support. Spongy bone, porous and located within the interior of bones. It contains trabeculae that provide structural support and house red bone marrow. Fifth is blood. It consists of red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, and plasma. It transports oxygen, nutrients, hormones, and waste products, and plays a crucial role in immune responses and homeostasis. And the last type is lymphoid and hematopoietic connective tissue. First, lymphoid tissue. It is found in lymph nodes, tonsils, and the spleen. It contains lymphocytes and is involved in immune responses and the production of antibodies. Second, Hematopoietic tissue. It is present in the bone marrow and lymphatic organs. It is responsible for the production of blood cells. Now, a next and third type of tissue is muscle tissue. Muscle tissue is responsible for movement and generating force. There are three types of muscle tissue: skeletal muscle, cardiac muscle, and smooth muscle. Skeletal muscle is attached to bones and enables voluntary movements. Cardiac muscle is found in the heart and contracts to pump blood. Smooth muscle is found in the walls of organs and blood vessels, facilitating involuntary movements. Now this is the diagram for muscle tissue. Structure, location, and function of muscle tissue. Structure. Muscle tissue is composed of elongated cells called muscle fibers that can contract when stimulated. Location. Muscle tissue is found throughout the body. Skeletal muscle is attached to bones, cardiac muscle is found in the heart, and smooth muscle is present in the walls of hollow organs and blood vessels. Functions. Muscle tissue functions include generating force for movement, maintaining posture, supporting organ function. Example, cardiac muscle pumps blood and facilitating the movement of materials through organs. Example, peristalsis in the digestive system. Types of muscle tissue. First, cardiac muscle. Second, skeletal muscle. Third, smooth muscle. First, cardiac muscle. Structure. Cardiac muscle consists of branching, interconnected cells called cardiomyocytes. These cells are striated and typically have a single nucleus. Intercalated discs, specialized junctions, are present between cells, facilitating coordinated contractions. Location. Cardiac muscle is found exclusively in the walls of the heart, forming the myocardium. Function. Cardiac muscle contracts rhythmically to pump blood throughout the body. It maintains the circulation of blood, provides the force necessary for the heart to beat, and ensures the coordination and efficiency of heart function. Second, skeletal muscle. Structure. Skeletal muscle consists of long, cylindrical muscle fibers that are multinucleated and have distinct striations, striped appearance under a microscope. These fibers are organized into bundles called fascicles, and connective tissue surrounds and separates them. Location. Skeletal muscle is attached to bones via tendons and is found throughout the body, enabling voluntary movements. Function. Skeletal muscle allows for voluntary movements such as walking, running, lifting weights, and other physical activities. It generates force, provides support for the body, maintains posture, and contributes to body heat production. Third, smooth muscle. Structure. Smooth muscle cells are spindle-shaped, non-striated, and contain a single nucleus. They are organized in sheets or bundles and lack the striations seen in skeletal and cardiac muscle. Location. Smooth muscle is found in the walls of hollow organs, blood vessels, respiratory airways, the digestive tract, and various other structures. Function. Smooth muscle is responsible for involuntary movements within the body. It propels substances through hollow organs. Peristalsis regulates the diameter of blood vessels, vasoconstriction and vasodilation, controls airflow in the respiratory system, and aids in various other involuntary processes such as digestion, urination, and childbirth. Now, a last and fourth type of tissue is nervous tissue. Nervous tissue forms the brain, spinal cord, and nerves. It consists of neurons, which transmit electrical signals, and glial cells, which support and protect neurons. Nervous tissue is involved in sensing and responding to stimuli, coordinating body functions, and transmitting information through electrical impulses. And this is the diagrammatic representation of nervous tissue. Structure, location, and function of nervous system. Structure. Nervous tissue consists of specialized cells called neurons that transmit electrical signals, as well as supporting cells called glial cells. Location. Nervous tissue is primarily found in the brain, spinal cord, and nerves throughout the body. Functions. Nervous tissue functions include sensing and responding to stimuli, coordinating and integrating body functions, transmitting electrical impulses for communication, and regulating bodily processes such as movement, perception, and memory. Types of nervous tissue. First, neurons. Structure. Neurons are the primary functional cells of the nervous system. They consist of a cell body, soma that contains the nucleus, dendrites that receive incoming signals, an axon that transmits signals away from the cell body, and terminal branches that communicate with other neurons or target cells. Location. Neurons are found in the brain, spinal cord, and peripheral nerves. Function. Neurons are responsible for receiving, processing, and transmitting electrical and chemical signals in the form of nerve impulses. They enable communication within the nervous system, facilitating sensory perception, motor control, memory, cognition, and other complex functions. Second, glial cells. Structure. Glial cells, or neuroglia, are non-neuronal cells that support and protect neurons. They outnumber neurons in the nervous system and come in several types, including astrocytes, oligodendrocytes, Schwann cells, microglia, and ependymal cells. Location. Glial cells are found throughout the nervous system, accompanying and interacting with neurons. Function. Glial cells have various supportive functions. Astrocytes regulate the chemical environment around neurons, provide structural support, and assist in the formation of synapses. Oligodendrocytes and Schwann cells produce myelin, a fatty substance that insulates and speeds up nerve signal conduction. Microglia act as immune cells, protecting the nervous system from pathogens and debris. Ependymal cells line the cavities of the brain and spinal cord, producing cerebrospinal fluid. Thanks for watching this video.